Hello, folks. I just wanted to show off my sniffer collection. So, for those who haven't seen a real sniffer, there they are. Um, I was very fortunate. I had help from two different Ghostbuster friends who helped me find each one of these. So, I'm very fortunate to be the caretaker for these two sniffers. The first sniffer that we're looking at is the Sniffer 302, real quick. This is the movie prop sniffer. So, this has all sorts of features that we'll go into in a second. It is not actually functioning. It does function, but as a movie prop now, it does everything you want and more. I made it. Coming over here, this is the actual Sniffer 303 that we've left completely original. And I'm going to go ahead and show how a original sniffer actually works. So coming down here, you'll notice we have the little trigger, and it's got a little lock pin, so we'll go ahead and lock that down. Notice immediately it's showing 5.5. This is going to be the battery voltage. It first will go into battery voltage and then into calibration. So now it is going to calibrate and start counting down. What the directions say is you let it go for about 5 minutes. Basically, it's going to keep counting down until that number stabilizes. Since we are waiting for that to stabilize, we're going to come over to the movie prop one and show you what I did to this one. So this same thing, we pull the trigger, we get needle movement, it'll bump to 0, and then you'll see the LED pop on there. I've decided to match the LED today to the 302 sniffer color. But this LED actually changes to whatever color I want now, so it's remote control. Features of this is it's got the red button. This is 100% accurate to the movie, minus a charging port, which just as that's the feature of the 302 is it has a charging port, barely noticeable. So this is your screen accurate, super screen accurate guy. When I press the red button, we get our battery test. Okay, and we test to 40. Now keep in mind, everything in here I made, so it's not actually doing anything. This is just all through just basic electronic knowledge. I also have basically a tilt switch sensor that is connected to the aspirator, so we can move the needle anytime we want, really secretly. We can also lock the needle because inside here is also a push button that locks the needle. You'll notice that the needle just kind of locked. And now let's say that basically we want to adjust where that needle sits. The knob, I made the knob now so that it adjusts wherever you want the needle to go. It will set that needle. So come back over here and unlock. Let's just check on the status of our 303. So it looks like it's almost stabilized, so we're going to come back and do a demo of that. The cool thing about this is it's also, like I say, a prop. So it is capable of being controlled by remote. Let's see if I can get it to focus. So if I can do it right. Oh, yeah, give me 1 second. There we go. Just power it on. Okay, so sorry, there's a couple of settings I have to get it to. But now you notice that I control wherever the needle goes by remote. So this is really cool. If you want somebody to control this, they can do that for you. So it's a functioning movie prop, and then it even has, like I told you, it has multiple colors, so I can have it be any color I want. But let's say that we want to go red alert. We just hit ghost, so we'll go ahead and we're getting a high signal there. We can press our button here and get a red, and it'll start flashing red, which is pretty cool. So you can have it, like I said, any color that we want can be set this way. It also responds to voice. So if I wanted to go into voice mode, let's see, test, test. So it controls, you can have it respond to your voice. It also hacks into a phone. So if you have a phone, you know, if you have your phone with you, you can actually have the audio play off the phone into the sniffer, and then it can kind of dance to your Ghostbuster music with the colors. So that's your sniffer. That's the prop sniffer I own. And then now coming over here, our settings should have finally stabilized. I'm using the actual industrial batteries that's called for this device. Believe it or not, after all these years, you can still pick up the Energizer E95 D cell. So that's pretty cool. So we're trying to keep this as, you know, we're caretakers for this is basically what it is. So I zero out the setting using the knob. So we want to get that. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Zeroed out. And it's very sensitive. So it's, you know, doing it one-handed filming is pretty difficult. It will tend to drift. In fact, it'll probably drift as I'm talking. But now let's go ahead and take a lighter, just your typical lighter. And this is the probe that's connected to the 303. So I'm going to go ahead and just give it a few little puffs. And it has picked up the butane from the lighter. It's so cool. So anyway, another cool little thing about this 303, this is a headphone jack. I had a sneaking suspicion it was, and it is. So you plug in your headphones into that, your modern day headphones. It's only going to play out of one ear because it's mono, but still pretty cool. So just getting a kind of overall look. This is the other side. As you can tell, it's dropping my phone here. As you can tell, it is in pretty... Let me get the tape out of the way here. There's a glare going, so I put some tape over the camera. Nothing but professional over here. Coming over here, as you can see, it is in immaculate condition. Still looks great. This really glows bright. You just can't see it because of the bright sunlight. So that's the condition of the 303. The 302, I literally spared no expense on this bad boy. So everything is top-notch. Top-notch red button. It's all metal internals on the button. So it's like everything's industrial or aviation quality. And like I say, and then we have this probe is the this is I think a 302 probe. So this is the actual real probe. It's made of fiberglass. As you can tell, it kind of tapers to the top for anybody who wants to take notes for prop making. You've got your cotton filter that goes in there, and then this probe is actually a probe that I made. I took the same, I was fortunate enough to find another Bacharach piece and was able to make it. So this also, I mean, I can literally, thanks to these awesome quick connects, I can literally swap any probe I want onto the sniffer and use any one that I want. I actually haven't tried using the longer probe yet. I've been using just the one that came with it, which is this one. This actually, this probe right here is what the probe that I made to look like the movie is actually made from. So it's that identical probe piece, but I put a piece, I put an aluminum tube over it, and that's about a 2-week paint job of non-stop fussing over for the paint job on the probe. So like I say, no expense spared. You can also see below here, one of the probe hoses has this like I don't know what you call it. It's like string or like a wick. It's a filter in line for for this probe. This original probe had this filter attached to it. Not sure if it was necessary or not, because it has already a cotton piece here. So not sure what that was, or if I got it and it was part mashed together. But anyway, long story short, that is my sniffer collection. I'm going to take off this tape now, and you can see the glare that we're working with here. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Very fortunate to have these pieces. It is just super fun to play around. It's just, both of these are fun, and both of them are eye-catching when you're at a con. I just love these, and a special thanks to the people who helped me find these. Oh, I actually used a real gauge, so this is most likely due to research. This is the actual real gauge, because the 302, it was, when I got it, it was just like the 303 with this digital gauge. The same exact thing used to be here. So there are actually two different mounting holes that were pre-drilled out for the 300 series sniffer, and this specific gauge right here matches those perfectly and looks just like the movie. So for all intents and purposes, it seems like this triplet gauge actually was the exact gauge that was used on the original Bacharach 300. So and then this is that charging port that I was telling you. This is actually still functional, so basically that's how I charge the device. I don't have to open it. With the 303, I have to open it and swap out D batteries. With the 302, it's actually all run out off of a talent cell. So I've wired a talent cell to basically be my main. In a sense, it's almost like the talent cell is the main board, because once we hit this trigger button, that turns on the talent cell. There's also, because this is a movie prop, you can also see in between, there's a little gap in here. There's actually a little switch right there. So if I wanted to not have to hold this down, or if I want to preserve how long I have it held down, I can just switch. Instead of using the trigger to power it on and off, I can also use a toothpick and just turn it on and off with the toothpick right there. Also, that's where the IR sensors are for both the remote, this guy, and just one more example of it working by remote. And that's also the IR sensor for the LED, so I can change the colors, put it to music mode, or I can even control it by my phone. So it's a full-blown movie prop. I'm very proud of both of these. These are my children. But hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.